All right, team, we're going to go ahead and get started. Today is Sunday, August 26th, and this is our welcome to our team training call. So I would like to, I'm probably not the first, but I would love to welcome you to Park Lane and to our team. My name is Michelle Zito. I am your company vice president, and I've been with Park Lane for about 4.5 years and 18 years in direct sales. So my job is to train you and to support you, as well as to cheer you on so that you can have a successful business here in Park Lane. So if we're not already friends on Facebook, you're certainly welcome to friend me through our team page, which if you're already signed up, you're probably already on our Shine On team page. And my name on Facebook is Michelle Walsh Zito. So I am so thrilled to welcome you to our team. Now, I generally do this call weekly because it's important that everyone on our team get the same information. So that's good for you to know, because when someone joins your team, then they're going to participate in this exact same call. So tonight's call is going to focus on our Rich Rewards program, which is the program that allows you to add free jewelry and supplies to your kit, and how to introduce your family and friends to your Park Lane business, including how to have a fun and successful launch party. So I hope you're ready to take notes. I'm going to share words that work. I'm going to give you some scripts, but at the end of the call, I'm going to show you where the word choices are so that you don't have to attempt to write down an entire script of what you're saying. There's parts that you'll take notes, but then there are parts where I'm referring you to a script. Okay, so Park Lane is so generous to us. They know that we always are wanting to add more jewelry to our kits, but they also know that we joined the business to make money, not to spend it. So we get to take part every single month, not just when you're new, but your entire length of your business, in our Rich Rewards program. And that allows us to earn free jewelry as well as discounted catalogs. Now, this is, of course, in addition to earning your weekly paycheck. At no time are we ever paid in jewelry. Okay, so let's jot down some numbers. First, I would like you to write down 12 to 15 average orders. Okay, 12 to 15 average orders. Next, I want you to write down $1,000 in sales. And then finally, I'd like you to write down $300 in commission. So what do these numbers mean? When you collect 12 to 15 average orders for your launch party, and I'm pretty sure you all know 12 to 15 people that have a neck, okay, then you can expect $1,000 in customer orders, which is going to give you $300 in commission. So does that sound good? I know a lot of you are on mute, but I am seeing some nodding, so I'm going to assume that you think that that's good. So Park Lane doesn't want us using all that commission necessarily to buy more jewelry, so that's why we want you to take full advantage of our Rich Rewards program. So I'm going to take a minute to share my screen here so that you can take a look with me at the Rich Rewards brochure. This will also allow me to show you if you haven't done this yet. When you sign in, you use your email. Ah, sorry. Usually I have this part already done before we start. Okay, so in the field interface, you will see there is a section called Downloads. So Rich Rewards brochure is the one that we're using. And again, this is the program that lets you earn enhancements to your kit. So level 1 is $250 in free jewelry. So when you submit $1,000 in net and non-sales within the first 2 commission dates of a Park Lane month, you are rewarded with $250 in jewelry of your choice. So Park Lane runs on Wednesdays, meaning the week ends on a Wednesday. So each pay week is Thursday to Wednesday. So whatever the last Wednesday of the month is, ends that month, and then the Thursday that's the very next day begins the next month. So in this case, July ended on the 26th. So the first week of August was from July 27th to August 1st. And then the next week was August 2nd to August 7th. That was the first 2 weeks of August, okay? So when you submit 1,000 net non-sales in the first 2 weeks of any month, you get to pick out $250 in free jewelry. Level 2. All the remaining levels, by the way, are based on your activity for the entire month. Only that first one is based on a time restriction. Okay, so level 2 is your free catalogs. Submit personal sales of $1,500. Now that's not another $1,500. It's $500 more than the first level. Within the commission dates of a Park Lane month, you get to do buy one, get one free catalog. So if you buy 20, you get 40. If you buy 30, you get 60. So that is always a fabulous thing because as you do shows, you use up your catalogs, and this allows you to replace them at a significant discount. So level 3 is your designer jewelry. Any month that you do $2,500 net non, and you receive that month's ensemble of the month. So it's either, it can be a pair of earrings, it could be a matching necklace and earring set, it could be a bracelet, any combination really of pieces or a single high-end piece. And that just shows up free to your house, no tax, no shipping, nothing. Shows up at your house, and they will let you know how much it costs, and that becomes an item that you can show at your shows. Level 4. This is how you can earn another $300 in jewelry. When you submit $4,000 in sales in the commission dates of a month, you get to pick out another $300 in jewelry. Now notice I'm saying another. This is all cumulative. So it's possible that you can get level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all in the same month. So level 5 is team building. So when you sponsor 2 personal recruits who start within that same commission month and then go on to qualify, you get to pick out another $300 in jewelry of your choice. And then finally, level 6, any month that you sponsor 4 personal recruits in the same month who go on to qualify in their 5 weeks, you get to pick out yet another $300 in jewelry. So we would just absolutely love to see you earn as many of these levels as you possibly can, because when you are consistently adding to your kit, you're able to rotate your jewelry, you're able to keep things fresh for your customers, you're able to be generous with, gifts and giveaways and things like that, all because you have such great access to additional jewelry, okay? So that is your Rich Rewards program. So having a successful launch show that your leader is probably doing right alongside you is important to starting your business off to a really great start and making sure that you have business that's going to go beyond your family and friends. So there are 3 steps that make this launch party a success. Number 1 is to have 2 launch shows, to over-invite and to invite everyone. Number 2 is to invite using multiple methods and to know what to say. And number 3 is to fill your calendar with parties so that you earn great commission and your Rich Rewards. So let's take a look at step 1. Have 2 launch shows, over-invite, and invite everyone. Now, I highly recommend scheduling 2 launch parties, one with your leader, if geography or technology allows, and one without. Now, why would you do that? Because when you invite people for Friday and then they're like, oh man, I'm so sorry I can't come, I have a school function with Michael. You can say, oh, no problem, I'm also doing a brunch on Sunday. I hope you can come to that one. So that way, if the issue truly is that they just have a conflict, you have an immediate solution for them right away. Only 1/3 of who you typically invite will be able to come. So if you are inviting 30 people, you can expect that 7 to 10 will be at your show. Now, that's a great start, but I say take advantage, especially of the date that your leader is going to be there, and get as many adults that you can get in front of you that night or day as possible. The more people that are there, the better results you will typically get. So I want you to make a list of everyone that you will invite and ask your friends and family to help you think of names. As you think about this, I want you to diversify your list and to not prejudge anybody. Because remember, one of the reasons that we want you to have a lot of people there is so that you can be the hostess who gets the 10 orders. Because remember, at your launch party, you're completely double dipping, right? You're going to be the hostess and get all the free hostess gifts and all the discounted jewelry, which means that with 10 orders, you're getting double free credit, right? And you're going to get the paycheck that evening. So we want you to double dip hard. We want you to double dip elbow deep into jewelry and get a big fat paycheck. So if you are thinking, I'm not going to invite her, I don't think she has money to spend, I want you to invite her anyway. What if she wants to book a party so that she can get everything free and discounted? Maybe she wants to join your team and make some money. If you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to invite her, she's too busy. First of all, busy people get the most done. Second of all, maybe she wants a night out. So invite her anyway. If you're thinking, I'm not going to invite my neighbors. Oh, don't please be that person who's got a million cars out in front of the house and now the neighbors are looking outside. And now, you know, you've been that person, right? Where you look outside and you're like, hey, what's going on Susan's? She didn't invite us. She didn't invite me. Okay, you don't want to be that person. You can only ever insult someone by excluding them, not by sending them an invite. And then just as an aside that I always like to share on this. So I invited one of my neighbors, not somebody I was particularly friendly with or anything, but, you know, I saw her at the bus stop and things like that. We did not ever hang out outside of, you know, we never went to the movies or anything like that together. So anyway, I invited her and she said, okay, I'll let you know. The day before, she said, hey, Michelle, I'd love to come. And then a little while later, text me, would it be okay if I bring my aunt and my sister? So I said, of course, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, all three of them placed orders. My neighbor thanked me for inviting her the next day because she said she learned so much about jewelry and even just how to wear pieces that she already has. So she was so thankful for that. But her sister has been placing orders with me for 4.5 years and counting. Every single season, every couple of months, sometimes every couple of weeks. Just last week, she placed another $250 order with me. I would have never had the pleasure of meeting this fabulous VIP customer had I not invited my neighbor and encouraged her to bring a friend. So the bring a friends are generally the greatest guests who come, because when people say, oh, when you say, oh, bring a friend, they think to themselves, oh, who likes jewelry? And they bring that person. So they're not bringing somebody that owes a favor or anything like that. They're thinking, hey, who do I know who loves jewelry? And that's the people we want at the show. So please invite everyone. Let them decide if they want to come or not. And of course, you can also invite your out-of-state family and friends, because even though they may not take the road trip, they certainly can place an online order with you. They certainly can ask for more information. So now let me ask you this real quick before we move on to the next, to the second step, is how many of you would like a 5% raise? Now, again, I know many of you are on either the phone or, okay, so I gotta, in the chat section here, I gotta meet. So yeah, Park Lane is willing to give all new fashion directors a raise as fast as you want it. So at Park Lane, when one person joins you in this business, and you know what? Starting with a friend or a family member is the most fun way that you can get started. You're talking about finally living the dream of working with your sister or working with your best friend. All the time you try to, Jackie, how can we get a job together? Can you give me a job in your office? No, this is where you're going to do it. You're going to be working for yourself and working with your friends and family. So you get a 5% raise when one person joins you in this business. So if you want to jot this down, here's what it takes to get this raise. Step 1, you sell $1,000 net non in a Park Lane month, and add that, of course, to the list of reasons that we want your launch party to be $1,000. Because then you have already met the requirements for your first raise, requirement number 1. So why shortchange yourself? Get that big paycheck and have your first checkbox complete for what you need in order to promote. Okay, then when one team member joins your team, we need her sales to qualify in her first 5 weeks with 1,000 net non. Now, of course, just like we want you to go in at 1,000 at your launch, we're going to, of course, coach and train her launch to go in at 1,000 so that it doesn't drag on. And then you get a promotion. That promotion means that you are getting you're jumping up to 35% commission. Tell me where in any other place we are giving out 5% raises at all. Never mind in the first week you work here, in the first 5 days you work here, in the first 6 months you work here. So the thing is too that if that recruit stops selling at any point, and even if you've never recruited anyone else, you never lose your title, you never lose that raise, so you're still a branch and you're still earning 35% personal commission. There are no demotions at Park Lane Jewelry. So just to quickly put that raise into perspective, if you had a jewelry show tonight that closed at $600, at 30% commission, that would be $180 for you, which is great. But if you had a team member, you would be making 35% commission, which would be $210 on the exact same show. So wouldn't you rather earn $210 than $180? So people are naturally going to ask you about the business side of Park Lane. So when they ask you those questions, I want you to be confident, but you can certainly be honest. You can just say, you know what, I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I do know that I'm having fun and that people compliment me on my jewelry all the time. We can actually test drive this together. Would it be okay if my friend, fill in your recruiter here, okay? If my friend Joy, if my friend Sheila, if my friend Michelle, my friend Becky, whatever it is, whoever it is, would it be okay if my friend Michelle gave you a call tomorrow? She's the one who answers all of my questions, and I would love for her to answer yours too. That's it. That's all you have to say. When you say this to someone, get the phone number and the time that works for them to receive this call, and get that information to your leader or recruiter immediately so that she can block that time on her schedule, because us as leaders, our team's greatest joy is helping you build your team. Okay? So that was step 1, doing 2 launch parties, over-inviting and inviting everyone. I also just threw in the little thing about the 5% raise. Okay? So let's go on to the second step. Invite using multiple methods and to know what to say. The most successful new team members invite using several methods: phone calls, individual texts, individual private messages on Facebook, following up with an email, creating a Facebook event, and of course, mailing out postcards or the paper invitation. What will not work, and I promise you these do not work, what does not work is a group text, a group Facebook chat, only depending on a Facebook event, only depending on an email. These are things that, you know, first of all, group text is like the 7th circle of hell, right? You just can't get out. You can't seem to pull yourself out of there. And the problem is that when first two people respond no, then everybody starts responding no. When you do a Facebook event with 1 billion people in it, it's too impersonal. So you want to use, individual phone calls, individual texting. Hey, Mary, would love for you to come. It has to be a special invitation. Okay? So what you're saying are just simple words like, hey, Sue, it's Michelle. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I decided to become a stylist with Park Lane Jewelry. Have you heard of Park Lane? So she's either going to say yes or no. So your next sentence will be a version of, it's beautiful and versatile jewelry in every style, every price point, and it's fully guaranteed. I'm launching my business this Saturday night at 7, and I would love for you to be here and give me your opinions on the jewelry. Are you free that night to join us? Just get their RSVP right away, because people generally know if they're free in the next couple of days or within a week. So if she says yes, then you can say, fabulous, I'm going to text you an official invite, and I would love for you to send that along or bring someone with you. Send the invitation along and extend the invitation to a friend to come along with you, because it's so much more fun with more people, and I would love to get her opinion as well. This is a great way, you guys, to get outside your family and friends. The sooner you are doing shows for strangers, the faster your business will grow. So if she says she can't, then you can say, you know what, I'm so sorry that you can't come. Part of my new job here is to show the jewelry and get opinions on it from my friends and family. I would love to hear what you thought of the pieces that came in my kit. Are you free one day next week for me to stop by for like 20 minutes and take a look? That's all. Anybody who's not coming to you, you're going to them. That's how you want to always set your mind to. If they're not coming to me, I'm going to them, okay? So that brings us to step 3, which is to fill your calendar with a number of parties that you want to do, but definitely go for, at least 1 or 2 a week for your first, maybe 2 or so months, because it'll allow you to get into the flow, to practice the corrections you want to make. And it's going to help you earn so much in your Rich Rewards program. So go back to that list that you're making of the people you're going to invite to your launch, and just put a star next to the ones that you want to invite to your show, that you want to invite to have their own show, don't wait for your launch party to book the next shows, because then you're going to end up with an unpleasant gap that takes place between your launch party and your next booking. So that sounds like, hey, Sue, how are you? I am so excited. I couldn't wait to call you. I started as a stylist with Park Lane Jewelry. Have you heard of Park Lane? It's just beautiful, versatile jewelry, every price range, every style, and it's fully guaranteed. Now, here's the best part. I'm looking for 2 fun people to help me start out my business that would be willing to just have a couple of friends over and play with the jewelry and give their opinions on the pieces that came in my kit. I need 1 large gathering and 1 little gathering. Would you be able to have either the large or the little one? If they say yes to either one, then you're just picking the date. So my preferred method of getting a date nailed down is 2 choices, 2 choices, 2 choices. So what I mean by that is, oh, great, thank you so much. Okay, so were you wanting a weekend or a weekday? So now if she says a weekend is good, okay, would you prefer day or evening? If she says, oh, I guess a day. Okay, I have Saturday the 11th and I have Sunday the 6th, the 17th, which is better? 2 choices, 2 choices, 2 choices. All right? That's how you get the shows written on the calendar, as opposed to, okay, so when do you want to have it? Well, I don't know. I guess I could have it in September. And then she's like, yeah, it's really busy with the kids back to school. Meanwhile, that's not on a weekend. That's not on the daytime. She's looking at things that don't even have anything to do with when she'd be having this party, because people's schedules are overwhelming. So 2 choices, 2 choices, 2 choices, and then you get that date scheduled. Now, if she says no, that she can't do that, you invite her to your launch. If she says no to coming to the launch, then remember, they don't come to me, I go to them. So then you're going to say, okay, well, I would love to come by one day next week, or we can even meet at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. I would love to treat you to a coffee and get your opinion. So usually if they've said no to the show, no to coming to the show, they'll at least do the get-together. But I'm just telling you right now, there are going to be people that say no to everything. You've said no to people. I've said no to people. You've canceled things. I've canceled things. The most successful people actually hear tons of no's. So I want you to make sure you're not taking these no's personally. Okay? It doesn't mean the person doesn't love you. They're not saying, no, T-Roy, do not ever call me again. That's the most annoying thing I ever heard. How dare you even ask? That's not what they're saying. They're just saying it could mean no, not right now. It doesn't necessarily mean no, not ever. So just keep calling and keep texting, because every no that you get brings you closer to a yes. And the general rule of thumb is that 1 in 10 will say yes. Now, of course, you can and should be collecting orders, booking shows, and looking for those new team members well before your launch party. So you don't have to wait until the day of the launch to get those things started up, okay? You just want to get started. So just to show you once again, going back to the field interface, right here, PL 101, this is where you go when you're ready to continue on with your training. So your first shows, this gives you some videos of words to say when doing your shows, how to work with a customer, how to work with a host. It gives you a great printout for your tracking of doing everything. So your Steps to Success booklet, this is actually what comes in your kit. So this is some of the things that you'll go over with your recruiter. It's an overview of your Rich Rewards once again. It's an overview of the Hostess program. So you'll see that there is plenty of information in here for you. So that Parklane 101, I think you're going to find super helpful. In the downloads, once again, you will see in here Getting Started, a Guide to Your Success. And this is where I found, this is where you will find a great place to make your list of who you're going to contact, because it gives you ideas of who to call. And here is where all of the words are, or a somewhat version of it that I shared with you today. The words of how to invite people to your show, the words of how to get shows booked. That's all in here. So that is called the Getting Started. All right, everybody. So I hope this was helpful. Any questions that, I'm going to just stop the recording, and any questions that you have, I'm going to see if they have brief Q&A right now, and then of course, any further questions, you're certainly welcome to ask your recruiter. But let me just stop the